Welcome to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hype list right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind you. The heart of a lion, the team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind you. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making. History is made. We just getting started. You ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames, they gon' do their thing. Take it to another level, don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to a Tuesday edition of YSN Live. DJ Yoakley back in the saddle alongside the 8-time best-selling author, world traveler, Grammy and Emmy award-winning Nobel Peace Prize nominee. We lost it, but we're on our way back. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ronnie Hartwig. What's up, Ronald?
It's good to have the team back together. You know, I was out for a couple of days. You were out yesterday, so good to have the squad back.
You and the professor holding it down yesterday. Hey, tip of the cap to you guys. Greatly appreciate that. Well, the greatest doctors, nurses, and people. I would like to say that I know the name for that.
Ophthalmologist.
Something, because there's optometrists, ophthalmologists. They're just, they're incredible. The greatest of all time. They were working on the eyes. And I'll tell you what, I'm seeing better. I'm feeling better. And you can say that I'm seeing the world in a whole new light, Anthony.
A whole new world.
Probably not that light. But we're seeing the world in a whole new light. I'm excited. I'm actually able to see the ball go through the basket now. So we checked that off the list and becoming a better broadcaster. So, hey, to those over at Lee Eye Care Center and our friends over at Roll Vision, thank you. Thank you for bringing me back from the depths of hell, which I couldn't see anything and just guessed and was a really bad announcer for a long time, and people were just giving me grace. So thank you very much. A new day has begun. A new era has begun. The one where I get to see what happens. Anthony, you, my friend, are back from a little bit of a cold.
Yeah, I caught that bug that was going around, and
knocked you down.
My plate in life is when I get sick, it's like a race to not get pneumonia. I have to pump my lungs full of albuterol every day. It's not fun.
Believe it or not, we're not going to talk about illness all Tuesday. We are going to talk about somebody who is sick. Absolutely
in the good way.
Disgusting when it comes in the good way. When it comes to being a broadcaster, he is one of the greatest newcomers that we've ever had. If you're talking varsity, this young man is varsity since the second he put a headset on, and the voice that took on the game between Carla Mooney and Ursuline last Friday night. Here to tell us all about it. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. LT Logan Sarnes. What's up, buddy?
How's it going? How's everybody feeling?
Never been better.
I cross my fingers. I haven't gotten sick yet, so let's keep it that way.
Well, you're 18 years old, right? 19 years old. Let's
but
stay out of
you're having eye surgery at 25.
I wish I was 25. I wish I was. I might be the height of a 25-year-old, like from Wizard of Oz, but I'm not. I'm not 25. In fact, I am just a couple weeks away from 41, my friend. So you better watch your tongue.
41 years young. This guy.
A lot of lessons between me and you. LT, you were on the game Friday. For a while there, it was a close affair between Mooney and Ursuline.
Mhm.
Then Ursuline just took off. Noah Bell was ringing in that second half. Talk to me about what you saw as someone who's been a part of this rivalry for some time. Mooney was able to lock it down for a while, but not all 4 quarters. What did you see?
So, I mean, like you said, I've been in the rivalry my whole life, and records don't matter when you're like going against both of these schools. Like either team could win, but Ursuline basketball has been on a tear the last, I think, 5 years. So what I saw in the first half was Caden Reese and Kingston Powell did a great job at locking down Jalen Gunther, who has been the leading scorer for the Irish all year. But then you're leaving Noah Bell open, and that's a can of worms that Mooney opened up, and they weren't able to come back from it. So first half was fairly close. I mean, halftime, I think Mooney was only down by 10. And me, like, watching Ursuline play all year, they're a second half team, and I know Coach Gunther's going to, like, get those guys cleaned up. But credit to Coach Palermo. I mean, his teams, they're a young team overall, and they got a lot of upside for them, but so does Ursuline. And Ursuline just came out of the second half and just they put their foot on the gas, and they just never looked back from there. I mean, Noah was – I remember the end of the third quarter, Ursuline started to run away with it. And then what really shifted the momentum going into the fourth was it was like 55 seconds to go. Noah just drained a 3. And I'm like, all right, like this kid, he could do that normally. Well, then like 25 seconds ago, he drills a second one. I'm like, all right, now he's catching fire. And Ursuline stole it away. It was like 7 seconds. I was like, they're just going to throw it up and like they're going to try and get some points on the board. Well, Noah beats like 3 defenders, goes behind the back, and he's like right on the edge of the 3-point line with 7 seconds to go, and he just nails a third one in a row. And I mean, I lost it because I've never seen anything like that. And Ursuline, like, you could feel the energy in the building. Like, their fans were feeling it. And it was a hostile environment, as it is for every Cardinal Mooney Ursuline game. But Ursuline did a great job that second half. I mean, their defense did amazing. And then Jalen started picking it up in the second half because they only held him, I think, he was in single digits the first half, and that's unusual for him.
Yeah, that's not like him.
Yeah, I want to talk about Ursuline's defense because their offense is going to get so many headlines, rightfully so. I mean, Jalen Gunther's averaging 30 points per game, and Noah Bell's averaging 23 and almost 10 rebounds per game. So their offense is going to get a lot of headlines. But if you know anything about Keith Gunther over the years, even before the special group of players came in to make the Ursuline the contender they are, he hung his hat on defense. He's a defensive coach. He wants defense there. After they lost to Gilmore Academy and gave up 78 5 games ago, ever since then, their defense has been like shut down, lockdown defense. What are you seeing, especially in this stretch, from their defense that is so impressive?
I just think it's more so like they're relying on a lot of their Ursuline, if you watch them, Noah is a great offensive player, but you go on the defensive side, you have Eddie Barnes, who's doing a great job in the paint. I mean, he opened up the game against Mooney. I think he had 3 blocks in just the first quarter. And I love Eddie. He's a great kid, and I was happy to see like he started feeling it. And then Nick Marcoulin has done a great job on defense, locking defenders down. And then someone who I think is like just a sleeper for the team this year is Alex Simon. I mean, he's done a great job from defensively and then beyond the arc. And then Noah is just like, you get those guys, and when they're feeling it, like if you get double teamed by Eddie and Noah, it's over. And I just think something that Coach Gunther's done this year that's different is he has 2 freshmen playing. He's got Jack Ocala and Luke Rabsack playing, and both of those guys are freshmen. And they're doing a great job defensively too. I mean, Luke had a block the other night. Jack has great man-to-man defense just watching him play. But I just think Ursuline, I think they're not putting so much pressure on the defense side of the ball or the offense side. I think they're just playing their game, and these guys are playing the way that they need to play. And me seeing Coach Gunther the last few years, I know he's not that mad at these guys because he usually he gets mad, but he hasn't gotten that mad this year. But I mean, this team is winning each game by 20 plus points.
I think what I'm most impressed about, and I've talked about to a lot of people about this. Coach Gunther, bar none, one of the best basketball coaches in our area. But I think arguably a lot of people consider him one of the best coaches, period, in this area, no matter the sport. When you think about the no-nonsense kind of expectations from Keith Gunther, Friday night was real interesting because they had the mercy clock going, Logan, and then 6 straight points from Cardinal Mooney. And Coach Gunther decides, hey, timeout, and we're putting our starters back into the game because we're not going to relent at all. What was it like for you to see that? You said you were already kind of packing up, trying to get ahead of the crowd.
Yeah.
For you to see that and to understand what it means and really the mission that Ursuline's looking for this particular season, what are your expectations when you think about this team in 2026?
I mean, this team's definitely going to be able to make a deep run in the tournament. They are by far one of the best teams in the area. But like, it was 4 minutes left in the game, and Coach Gunther put the JVs in. And like, credit to those guys. I mean, I always say it every time they come into the game. It's important that those guys are getting the varsity minutes now, because in a year or two, it's going to be these guys who are on the floor playing at 7 o'clock for the Irish. So it's important that they get that feeling. But they were going up against a really good Mooney varsity team, and they gave up 6 points. The running clock stopped, and I just like see out of the corner of my eye, I see Coach Gunther like wave his hand, and I just see the entire starting 5 heading to the scorers table, and I'm like, oh Lord. And I knew. I'm like, he isn't happy right now because he like when he puts the JVs in, they're in for the rest of the game. Like, he's making sure those guys are getting their time. But it's Mooney. Coach Gunther has like he's relentless. Like, he wants that game to be as high scoring as it can be. But this team going into the tournament, I think they're going to be the team to beat. I mean, they've lost 2 games. They lost to Gilmore Academy by 5, and you lost to Warren Harding by 3. So you've lost by a combined 8 points all season long.
Yeah, both those teams are teams that they won't have to see in the tournament because they're both, I believe they're both higher divisions than Ursuline is.
Gilmore's the same.
Gilmore's the same. Okay, I stand corrected. Gilmore moved this year then. But Warren Harding is definitely higher division-wise than Ursuline.
It's going to be a fun tournament to watch those guys because they're probably going to match up against Canfield again. If I'm not going to be surprised if that happens.
That's turning into a rivalry.
That really is turning into a rivalry. Everybody has that game marked on their calendars, and I'm excited I hope that game happens in the tournament because I know Canfield, they didn't like that way it ended the last time, but it's going to be fun because they're going to have to meet up with Canfield, and then they have one more meeting with Fitch this year, and they beat Fitch pretty good at the beginning of the year. So that's going to be an exciting game to watch too.
LT, one of the last questions I have for you, as we'd love to make this more of a weekly thing or have you on this show more often, because you have such an interesting perspective on all of this, not just basketball, football, all sports here in the area, and the personality to follow it. But this has been your first basketball season to call. What were you most excited to coming into this season? How's it been for you? And for you to be the voice of so many different teams, and particularly Ursuline, what has it been like for you, to call hoops, and how has it differed from football?
I feel like what's different about it is it's nonstop action. There is anything could happen at any time. You'll have times like in football to where you have that dead space in between plays. Like basketball, there could just be people could just be drilling threes back and forth. And to me, I love the constant action of it. And especially just getting to see different teams play, and Ursuline for sure. Those are guys who they'll nail triples. They'll go on the other side. They'll block it, get the ball back, nail another triple. And it's just I don't have time to even think, but I love it. It's nonstop action.
You're a legend, brother. We can't thank you enough for popping in today to lead off the show. Certainly do not be a stranger. We would love to have you on more often. So I know you got school, pretty important.
Listen, it was canceled today. I was happy. I got the alert from YSU last night. All classes moved online. I was like, hey, I'm fine with that. I'm going to stand alone.
Nobody happier than you for a cancellation of school closing. So, Brother, thank you so much for popping
Thank
by
you.
and letting us know how Friday went, and keep on keeping on, dude.
Yes, sir. Oh, and another thing we got to watch out for: Ursuline girls are making a comeback.
Yeah?
They started 0-6. They're 6-8 right now, and they got a meeting against Fitch on Wednesday.
Love it.
So that's going to be
Love
good.
it. We love good hoops around here, man.
I'll
LT,
see
thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank
Good luck
you,
on the
guys.
call. Ladies and gentlemen, Logan Sarnis. Our next guest, we'll jump right into it, is one of 3, Anthony, scorers in Beaver local history to cross the 1,000-point threshold and is the all-time leading scorer for the Beavs. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for a friend of ours and a guy who I remember interviewing when he was just a puppy, but he was still like 7 feet tall. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Owen Hill. What's up, Owen? How are you?
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Dude, we love watching you over the course of your career. Obviously, you're moving on to the next level here shortly, but you still have some work to do at the high school level. Walk us through what this year's been like for you as now the all-time leading scorer in Beaver local history. What has that been like?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, all the work me and my teammates have put in this offseason, we had a different demeanor than we did last year. We started losing some games by the end of the year. I think we lost 5 in a row. But we're off. I think we're 11-2 right now. We got a game tonight. I don't know. I've been injured a little bit, so I don't know. I got to get back to the court. But, yeah, we're just coming with a great demeanor. And, like, even though I'm out right now, my teammates are still putting their head down. They're like, all right, we got holes to fill. And it's next man up mentality, definitely.
This is the first time we've been able to talk to you since that record-breaking moment where you became the all-time leading scorer. What was that like for you to be able to have that accomplishment and put your name on the top of that record book?
Yeah, it was great. I put in so much hard work in AAU, just grinding in the off season, getting my game better, because I knew the year I had last year, people were going to come out and throw twos at me and just like know where I'm at on the floor at all times. So it's going to be harder for me to score. And yeah.
Naturally, you come from a very talented family on the athletic side of things, very tall family as well, which I'm a little bit jealous of. For you, how important was it to keep that last name, not just implemented in the area, but to kind of take it to the next level and let people know that people expected you to be very good and you delivered that in every single category?
Yeah, my sister played volleyball at Beaver Local, and then she had a great career, and then she moved on to West Liberty, and I'm kind of following her footsteps. I've been down there a lot for games and stuff, and saw the facility, got a great relationship with the head coach. So I'm excited to get down to West Liberty and keep my legacy going and my family's.
And let's segue into talking about that, because I'm sure West Liberty was on your initial list of schools you wanted to go to, because your sister went down there and you just said you've been down there before to watch her games and see the campus. But on their end, when they decided they wanted you and they made that offer for you, what was that like on your end? Like, it was something that you wanted, but then you realized they want me too. What was that like on your end?
Yeah, it was great. I went down there on an official visit and played with the team. Got to meet some players. We played 3-on-3. Then I had a really good visit. Then I went up to the coach's lounge area or office, sat down with me and offered me. And I was just super excited. It was honestly a dream come true, because I've been wanting to go there since my freshman year, because they're such a good, great, actually, D2 program, one of the best in the nation. So it was really heartwarming that I got that offer.
We've seen a lot of our athletes here locally go to West Lib, but for them, it's a little bit different, because you get to wear the jersey that you have your name, ironically, on the front and back of the jersey, the Hilltoppers with Hill on the back. I mean, how much of that went into the decision to go down to West Liberty?
Not too much, but I mean, it's pretty cool that I get to go down there and have my name on my jersey and be a topper for the next 4 years. So,
all seriousness, for me, I mean, your sister goes down there. You're very well acquainted with the university. For you, what sold you on going there? You said you had your mind made up pretty much your freshman year. What things were you looking for, and what things did West Lib deliver on?
So Coach Lombardi, the head coach now, He was the assistant coach whenever I was a freshman and sophomore, and then he left whenever I was a junior, and he went down to Coker to be a head coach, and then he came back whenever the old head coach went to IU Indy, and he was the head coach, and I started talking to him as soon as he got there, and he was like, I want to get you down on a visit, and then he saw me playing AAU, and I showed him a couple things from outside the arc, and he really loved that. So
I think you're showing a lot of people a couple of things when they watch you play. What are some things that like you want people to, if they come and watch you for the first time and they want like, oh man, this is what Owen Hill is about. What are some takeaways you would want people to have from watching you play? What are some things that you try to do every night?
Well, I try to get inside, start my night off inside. Or if they are playing, like I got boxing one against Indian Creek after I hit 7 threes in the first half, and they started boxing one at me. But they had a big kid underneath, so I had to get outside. He was pretty huge, so but they were playing a zone, so they were trapping inside. So I had to get outside and show them that I can shoot the ball too.
Yeah, I mean, right? Just your average Tuesday or Friday night. 7 threes in the first half, right? Because everybody gets to talk about that like it's yesterday's news.
I would have boxed one a little bit sooner. I don't know if I would have waited until free number 7.
And when you think about your legacy at Beaver Local, you've gone through the gauntlet. You've been on good teams, you've been on tough teams, you've been on teams that you wish did a little bit better with the amount of talent and obviously the coaching that you have there is top shelf. What are some of the things that you've learned about yourself through in the face of adversity?
Definitely like this. I think that this year's our best team that we've had overall. Definitely. But my freshman year, we had a good team. I mean, I don't think I contributed as much as I could because I was coming right out of 8th grade and I was a little scared first couple of games. But then my sophomore year, Austin Klein got injured, so we were kind of set back there. We started off pretty good, and then he had knee surgery. So then my junior year, we weren't bad. We were pretty good. Beat East Liverpool for the first time, and I don't even know how long, a long time. But this year definitely said it because we beat East Liverpool at the Field House, which is crazy atmosphere. Yeah. Like first time we've done it in a long time. But yeah, it was just great. I love this year so far.
When we're talking about this Beaver Local community and what it means to be a Beaver, we ask every athlete that because it's such a strong athletics community. When you go to the next level, the college locker room is made up of a bunch of guys that come from different places that all bring something from their community into the culture of that new locker room. What do you think you'll bring from Beaver Local? What do you think are something that you'll have from your hometown that will add to the culture of West Liberty?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna bring a positive mindset, hardworking mindset. I'm gonna come into practice and work as hard as I can every day for my spot. But yeah, I mean, everybody in that locker room's could be 1,000-point scorer, best player on their team, all Ohioan. So I'm just another guy in the locker room. But I really have to show myself those first couple of weeks whenever I'm on campus.
What expectations have you set for yourself? Obviously, I'm sure you got some intel from your sister and some of the other friends and family that you've had play at the next level. What are your expectations in playing college sports as opposed to just going in there and trying to just absorb everything that's happened to you all at once?
Yeah, I'm gonna have my ears open. I'm definitely gonna learn a lot of things whenever I get there. Some of these kids could be 22, 23 years old, and I'm a 19-year-old coming into high school or college. But I'm definitely gonna show them what I got, and I mean, I'm there for a reason, and I know all these other kids and my teammates are gonna be, like I said, 1,000-point scorers or their best on their team. But I'm gonna work hard and try to get a spot that I want.
Outside of obviously being the program's top scorer, you've done a lot at Beaver Local. You've accomplished a lot on the court, off the court, in the classroom. When you graduate, you get that diploma. What are going to be some of the things that you're most proud of yourself for accomplishing in your high school career?
I mean, first off, my academics. I've got a 3.8 GPA, so those are always comes first. My parents have told me academics come first, and then work about basketball. And that's what I did and was able to get to college on it. But yeah, I mean, and my basketball side of it. I mean, I got my name on the 1,000-point scorer thing, all-time scorer. So, I mean, it's just great to be able to have these 4 years at Beaver Local.
You have so many incredible leaders inside that district from the top on down. For you, who are the biggest influencers, whether it's be teachers, coaches, whoever, parents, community members? Who are some of those people that you're going to remember the most that made the biggest impact on what you've done, not just in the classroom, but on the court as well?
It's definitely my parents for sure. My sister also. If I have a bad game, my sister's one of the first people to text me, and my dad. Just keep your head up. Shots are going to fall. At least you're working hard. I mean, it's the only thing you could ask for. I know that if I have a bad game, I could follow it up and have a 30-point game, but you never know what happens in basketball. You could have a bad game one day or a bad half, bad quarter. So
from those influential people, what are some words of wisdom or advices that they've given you that really stick with you, that you kind of tell yourself and has turned into kind of a mantra that you tell yourself?
I mean, definitely for my dad. I mean, he doesn't care if I go out there and, I mean, he likes whenever I shoot threes or get buckets or have 30 points, but he cares about me hustling and not letting the game down and treating the game wrong, because, I mean, he was back in, 1990s, he was playing basketball. So, I mean, he was hustling, and that's just what he wants me to do and bring it on to West Liberty. And yeah.
I think one of the things I'm most impressed with is always going to be your maturity that you bring to the table, whether it is in an interview like this, whether it's on the floor. You always kind of understand the assignment. For you, did you always know that you were a little bit different than everybody else on the team, that you were a little bit more advanced from a standpoint of just understanding that, yeah, it's a fun game, but there's a business aspect to it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my freshman year, whenever I came in, I mean, I started off on JV for the first, I think, 2 games, and then I started practicing with the varsity, and I was showing them and playing good basketball, and I think they were kind of like, I mean, we knew he was good in 8th grade, but that's 8th grade. But I mean, I was probably 6'4" in freshman year, and I was able to shoot the ball, and I think they took notice of it, and they were like, okay, this guy's a part of the varsity team, and we need to get him the ball also.
You know, we talked about people that influenced you and made you a good leader, but you're doing the same thing to your younger teammates, the leaders of the future of this program. Give us a peek behind the curtain. Who are some underclassmen that you feel like can really be strong leaders and that you've kind of taken under your wing the last couple of years to help them kind of what they'll do in the next couple of years after you graduate? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, we got 2 juniors right now, Matthew Anderson, Aiden Dre. They're 2 starters right now also, and it's going to be them next year. They're going to be the 2 guys that are going to be like me and Luke Reddos this year, where you follow behind and just play the game at our pace kind of. We have a freshman also, Jet Johnson. He looks really solid right now. He could put some muscle on in the weight room this offseason and get a little quicker, but his IQ is really well. But he's starting to get in some varsity minutes right now as I'm out with an injury. But yeah, I'm really liking him. I'm really liking how he's taken a step from the first month of the start of the season to now. He's definitely looking really good.
Oh, and I got a 7-year-old here at home that loves watching you ball, is so disappointed that he hasn't been able to watch you in a couple weeks. When you think about the next generation, when you think about some of the things, the hard lessons that you've learned that you'd love to pass on and let them know to keep their chin up, because someday their opportunity will come to play at the next level or play at the varsity level in high school. What things would you want to pass on to a younger version of you that maybe this younger version or this next generation, I should say, could really utilize from your analysis of where you've been?
Yeah, I mean, just keep your head down, keep pushing, listen to your parents. They're going to guide you in the right direction.
I like that
listen
one.
to your coaches. And I mean, yeah, I coach a 4th grade basketball team at Beaver Local, and I always tell them, like, hard work's going to get you where you want to go. And
wait, you coach a basketball team?
Yeah, I coach the 4th grade team. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I got to ask the question: what was tougher to learn, playing basketball or coaching basketball?
Coaching's pretty easy. I mean, I got some really good kids out there, so I just set up 2 plays and then they just run and score. So it's pretty fun. But yeah.
when you get to see those younger kids play basketball, it almost takes you back to the innocence of the sport before it becomes something that you're trying to do at the next level and before it gets super serious on the varsity level, of course. What are some things that you love about just the purity of basketball and when you get reminded of it, when you get to watch little kids play it?
I mean, it's great. I've been playing it since YMCA basketball in first grade, and it's just I've never gotten tired of it. So that shows that it means something to me, and it's going to be great to just play it. I mean, I'm lucky enough to play it into college, and I can imagine stopping now and just in high school. So
When you think about hoops, obviously the dream is to keep playing as long as you can. But when that day comes, how are you going to keep basketball, or are you going to keep basketball kind of running through your veins? And what job would you like to have? Is it a coach? Is it a GA? What kind of things are kind of percolating in your mind right now?
yeah, actually, I'm going to major in sports management or sports marketing. So I'm gonna try to keep basketball with me as long as I can, even if I'm not playing it. I just want to be around it, honestly. If it's for working for the Cavs or something, which would be amazing, or yeah, I could take a GA spot at West Liberty and still be around the team. And that's one thing that I want to do is just keep sticking around basketball. And yeah, I don't want to lose it, honestly.
10 years from now, who knows? We might have a coach's corner with Owen Hill coming up. It's in the can. Well, my last thing for you, we've talked about your influences on off the court. When you think about coaching influences, and when you become a coach, or if you become a coach, what are going to be some of the guys that really stick with you, lessons you've learned from the coaches you've had?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Miller, he's been with me since my freshman year, but he's always told me to keep working hard, and he's always trusted me with the ball, game on the line, or scoring. If I could have a bad game, shoot 20 shots and shoot 30% from the field. He knows that I'll be able to get back at it the next game, and he still trusts me with shooting the ball and taking threes, which he doesn't like sometimes, but I make them sometimes. But some other people, definitely my AU coaches at Ohio Basketball Club and Team Wildcat. They're all really good at letting you know what you've done wrong. If you make a mistake, they tell you about it because they know they can get people to the next level.
All right, last question for you. Without showing your hand too much, there's 5 seconds left in a game. You got the ball in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking it to the rack? Or are you pulling up with a long three to win the game?
No, I'm taking it to the rack all day. They can't stop. They're gonna have to foul me, so I'll be able to get to the free throw line but I'm good at finishing through contact. So even if they foul me, I'm getting to the free throw line for the game on the line. So
yes, you are, my friend. You are one of the best to ever do it. We are so proud of you and so just absolutely honored that you took some time out for us today. Hey, happy belated birthday as well, buddy. Big 18.
Yeah, 18. Thank you.
We're so proud of you, man. Continued success, and hopefully we'll see you in a gym very soon for maybe an all-star game and a slam dunk contest. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see. We'll
Thank
see if
you.
that invitation makes it out there. I'm sure it will. Ladies and gentlemen, the all-time leading scorer at Beaver Local High School for boys basketball, Mr. Owen Hill. Thanks,
Thank
Owen. Appreciate you, dude. Legend. Anthony, can I just ask you, do you understand how incredible it is that we get to do the job that we do every single day? And we get to interview student athletes like Owen Hill. We get to work with student athletes, former student athletes like Logan Sarnas that we just had, in the last 30 minutes. That's just 2. We get to do this every day and go out and talk to parents and community members and officials and coaches and student athletes every single day. That I am like, I say this and people roll their eyes who don't understand. These people are our heroes. They really are, because kids like mine are looking at them at the next level and saying, I want to be like Owen Hill. That's not an exaggeration. My son watches him play and goes, I want to be, he wants to be 6'5", which he could be. I don't know. He's not getting it from me. It's one of those things, like, because of what YSN has become, there's people that are literally just watching YSN all night instead of the national championship or watching them in tandem, which to me is very cool. But for Owen to, and we've been trying to get him for a couple weeks now, and there's he's going through some stuff, and that's okay. But to talk to him and to hear him and the maturity, this is so cool for the next generation to hear that, understand this isn't something that, even though he's the best at what he does in his entire district of all time, it's not something that just came to him. He had to work to get there. How lucky are we to be able to hear that?
Especially when we get to interview, like Owen, for example. We've interviewed him several times throughout his career. You get to see that growth firsthand. It's not someone that we caught for the first time while they're a senior. They're already in that position, and you don't really get to see maybe that growth from freshman to senior year. We've interviewed Owen a lot, so we get to see that maturity continue to grow. We get to see his interview skills continue to grow. I mean, I'm sure you remember the first time you interviewed him compared to now, and how much he's just gotten better at talking and putting himself out there, and probably a little bit outside of his comfort zone, if he was being honest. So when you get to interview guys and girls like that you've kind of watched throughout their career, and you've kind of interviewed them throughout their career, and you get to see firsthand their growth as a person, that's what's really cool about our job.
I mean, as someone who, you and I are kind of in the thick of it all the time, 365 days a year. But there are days that, we get to pop our head out of the foxhole, and we get to see how people utilize YSN on a different level, because you and I are just, okay, get to the next day, get to the next day, get to the next day. And there's a lot of people at YSN, because it's a business now, and it has been a business for a while. But you're just trying to get to the next game, get to the next interview, just keep moving, keep the process going, the conveyor belt, so to speak. And then when you get to pop up and you realize how people utilize YSN, it is incredibly humbling, and what an honor it is that people invite us not only in their living rooms, but on their devices all over the world. And I mean all over the world. Yep. I mean, it's incredible, the text messages, the emails that we get, and it's, hey, if you ever have a kid on, in basketball, please ask this question, because we want to know. And it's crazy to think about some of these kids, which, Anthony, I literally was told this yesterday. These kids, and I use kids loosely because we're talking, 5 up to 18 or 17, they're children. There was nothing like this 9 years ago.
No.
Nothing like this. And they're being prepared now, where you're seeing the maturity at the next level, at job interviews, at interviews with coaches, and there's a comfortability that they have about talking about themselves in a way that is still promoting the kind of team player that the majority of these players and student athletes have. And it's so humbling, because things we didn't think of back then. It was just, hey, we want to do this on a bigger scale. And now it's not only helping them get recruited, it's not only helping them stay connected to their family and friends all over the world, wherever they may go, but it's also a situation where it's making them better in a world that is revolving around marketing and social media and just being in front of a microphone almost 24/7. It's crazy.
It is. And one of the things that I think we've done so well, and there's other media companies that kind of up their game throughout the last 9 years, is just getting these kids exposure and letting them have the limelight a little bit, letting them feel like they're not separated from the guys they see on TV as much, because they're like, hey, I've been on TV, I've been interviewed, it's not as much of a gap now, and they can kind of feel like it's okay to live out their dreams a little bit, whether they're dreaming of playing D1 or they're dreaming of like Owen Hill is dreaming of playing at West Liberty for a long time, and he made that dream come true. So whatever their dream is, I think the landscape now gets them a little bit closer to feeling like that's accomplishable.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And I think that it's lost. It's not lost on us, but it's lost on other people, that there's more to sports than a scholarship at the D1 level. Right. There's so much more to sports. And I think trying to uncover that, and, there's a lot, and we're going to talk about kind of why we do what we do. For those of you who don't know, it's not to be, the Adam Schefter of high school sports. We're not in that business. It's, will we report things? Yes. But if it hurts or hinders a community, or even if it's just general information, that's not the business that we're in. We're in the business of continuing to shed a positive light on why sports is awesome, why sports is important. Now, it doesn't mean that we put the blinders on. It just means that we choose not to cover some of those things for multitude of reasons, because you shouldn't have to. The news is there for a reason.
Exactly.
We're partnered with WFMJ, and we're proud of it. If it's a
no-
news story, it's on their site. If it's a sports story, it's on ours.
There's no shortage of, like, if there's one of those situations that pops up, and there have been, and there probably will be in the future, there's no shortage of information from other places that you can get. I don't think you need to go to YSN to get the latest scoop on that particular story. So we've never felt pressured to be like, we got to talk about this because no one else is, because we promise that it's not hard to find people talking about it, whether they're, good, honest people talking about it that are just trying to do their job, or maybe they're, just trying to stir the pot. There's definitely people talking about those situations.
And I shouldn't throw the scumbag out there, but I mean, if the shoe fits, Cinderella, let's go to the ball. But it's one of those things, like, people, I mean, constantly, you see it as much as I do. It's public messaging, like, why aren't you guys talking about this? Why aren't you guys? And excuse me. And normally we do, but you and I have had conversations about what is appropriate, what is not, what we want this business to be, and what we don't. And it's real easy to get caught up in clicks and caught up in, breaking news and things of that nature. But I will tell you that it's much more important to us. I'd give up hundreds of thousands of clicks if it meant doing things the right way. And we're not leading the way in any of that. I think there's other people that we look to and we say, hey, we want to run our business like that. But at the high school level or the amateur level, when you're talking about the baseball and the travel ball that we cover, it's not always an easy decision, because there are people that get clicks just because they're just in the muck, in the mud of tearing things down and breaking things down. And that's great for them, right? But that's not who we are. And we will do our best to always, funny me saying this, stand a little taller than just breaking things down and saying, well, you should do better. You should do better. And it's not as easy as that, because at the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all trying to do the best for each other, for ourselves, right? But to be able to work and have the opportunity, and I really think that for you and I and for everybody at YSN, we keep pushing. It is an opportunity. This isn't granted. This isn't something that's given to everybody. It's an opportunity to work with high school kids and high school coaches and high school officials and communities that revolve around that. And now that, I've had the opportunity to understand and diving into different communities, and their school district for a lot of these communities is the be all and end all. When you're talking about heroes and you're talking about people that are going to the next level and, coming back and being in Hall of Fames and things of that nature, I'm very fortunate that I've been placed in the last year. And not bragging, I'm just saying that I wouldn't be there if it weren't for the people that were around me. And that's why it's important to understand why we do what we do, how we do it, if that makes any sense at all.
And one of the things that I want to kind of point out, and I think some people could probably have this lesson learned, it's not a right to work with these high schools and work with these student athletes, especially the athletes, because they're minors, they're under 18. It's a privilege, and it's something that you have to be, you have to treat it as a privilege, not treating it as something that, like, we demand, like, hey man, you better get us this interview, or you're, shame on you because we own this right to be here. That's not necessarily how it works. It's a privilege to be there. The school district has every right to say, hey, you can't be here, or we don't want you here. We understand that. And we try to treat our job like a privilege and not as a right that these people owe us something, because, how you should always let us in because that we have a right to be here. Not necessarily.
No, I mean, you have a right to buy a ticket, right?
Right.
And you also have the school has the right to
Bar
decline.
you from buying a ticket.
And it's one of those things where there's a difference, right? There's a difference between what we do and how we do it and what other people do. And I'm not saying that either way is better. If we're talking about, over a couple of adult pops, I'll probably tell you a little bit how I think what we do is better. But I will say that I'm proud of what we do. And then there's a multitude of reasons why I'm proud of what we do and who we bring in. Have we made mistakes? 100%. I made a mistake this week that, ruffled some feathers. But it's also a situation where, what do we say every day, Anthony? We're going to do better. We'll be better tomorrow. And we'll be better the next day. And we're always going to proceed and not be afraid to fail. But we're also not dummies that we're going to go out there and just make people eat what we cook, right? We want people to come to YSN and feel comfortable coming to YSN knowing that it's not gotcha journalism. It's
right.
Very rarely is it journalism at all, but it's not gotcha journalism in the least. We're not sitting there opening up traps and hoping that we can get you caught up in an answer. Many times we've been in a situation where, players or coaches or community members will freeze on a question because that's what happens on live streaming. Mm-hmm. And we'll try to help them out or re-ask or right. rephrase a question. And that's not a kudos to us. It's our job to make you feel like you're an NBA player, an MLB player, NFL player. It's our job. That's our job. And what I'll say is I'm damn proud of what we've done and what we've accomplished over the last 9 years. And to have the trust of an all-time leading scorer like an Owen Hill, or to talk to a Sydney Watts, or to build those relationships and build that trust in these communities where people say, hey, listen, we're not just handing this out to everybody, because you're not getting some of these athletes everywhere. And to have, a Pat Meyer come on our show, who is the offensive line coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, say, I'm a fan. It is humbling. It is such an honor and a privilege, to your point, Ant. It's so cool. But I think sometimes we have to have these conversations where if you're expecting TMZ, you're on the wrong channel. You're on the wrong site, because that's not us. And, we look to raise up and be the high tide that raises all boats across the shore for every single community. If you're looking for us to trash someone, no matter how big or small the mistake or the problem is, we're not going to do it, because that's not the business that we're in. We're not in the business of scuttlebutt. We're in the business of making sure that people are better and feel better when they're watching sports, because there's enough bad news in the world, right? There's enough. I mean, you can turn on a multitude of channels and feel better about yourself and the decisions that you make. But to me, there's only one channel, one site that you can go to and feel better about the people that you surround yourself with and the people that are in your community. And I'm proud to be that channel.
I am too, buddy. I'm right there with you. And growth over the years, definitely. Like you said, we've made mistakes. I've made mistakes, and
we'll make mistakes.
One of the things that I've always liked that we used to say, we still say it. Now we say we'll be better tomorrow, but we also used to say fail forward. Use failure to keep going up, and that's what we've always done at YSN. That's one of the things I've loved about what we do at YSN is when we do make a mistake or when we do fail. Okay. How do we use that failure to get better and do it better tomorrow, or do it better the next time we write that particular story, next time we put up that big dogs list, or next time we, broadcast a game? How do we make that broadcast better? Because I made this mistake the last time I was out there broadcasting a game. Failing forward is not just something that we like to do, but it's also a great lesson in life, no matter what you're in, what job you're in, what kind of sport you play. You're going to fail at something. You're not going to play a perfect game every time you go out there. Don't care what sport you're playing. How do you use that failure to kind of be better tomorrow?
propel yourself forward, right? We're all just trying to move the chains on whatever we're doing. And as long as you look at that, I mean, we'll get to the spark here in a moment, but I mean, if you're looking at what happened over the course of the last football season, I know there's a lot of Ohio State fans out there. What Indiana did,
Right.
What Sig Signetti has done over the last 2 years, if that doesn't show you that hard work, determination, focusing on your goals, failing in order to succeed, if that doesn't show you everything you need to know, boy, that's a real-time example. And that's a masterclass in how winning is done. And not just at the championship level, but just in life. Is you never know where hard work is going to take you. And if you dream it, it's all possible. So it is time.
3 years. Took them 3 years to go from 3-9 to national championship. That's incredible.
That might be an outlier. All right. So I don't want every kid that's watching to be like, it's only going to take me 3 years, baby.
Let's go.
You'd be amazed what happens in a dark room over the course of 3 years. So if you're willing to put in the work, hey, you can do 3 years too. You might be able to do less, but it might take you more. Just understand, that the adversity is going to be staring at you either way, whether it's out there in the darkness, the abyss, or whether it's bright lights of a Friday night or whatever it may be in your industry. The adversity is going to be there. And we firmly believe that sports helps everybody in the lessons that you learn in life, because it's a microcosm, after all, of what you face when you're done. So it is time for the Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark. How we close every single show, or at least most of them, is the Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark, presented by Joe Dickey Electric. They are everything electrical, and they are open just like YSN 24/7, 365 at DickeyElectric.com. What is your spark, my friend?
I want to give a shout out to athletics, because one of the things that I love about what they do, especially on days like this where a lot of schools are canceled and it's a snow day. I know snow days can be a burden on parents, and maybe they don't get a snow day because they still have to work. Athletics has a place that you can go and put your, they have open play on their court, open play on their turf. You go in during a snow day and play those sports that you love, and kind of have a place where you trust you can put your kids and they'd be safe to be there, which I think is a really cool thing to do, especially on snow days. Like I said, that could be a big burden on some parents out there.
Doubling down on that, there's not a whole lot of places anymore that you can, on a snow day or vacation day or whatever it may be, you just go ball, right? You throw in, $5 or something like that, and you can go do some pickup games. Remember the pickup games that you used to have in your backyard or, at the park or wherever? There's not a whole lot of places like that anymore. So athletics is one of the few. We're proud to be associated. We love the Wardles. We love everybody associated with athletics. We're proud of our partnership with our friends at Athletics. And certainly days like today is a reason that I'm at home, because the place gets a little bit cranked, a little bit loud. So hopefully you're out at Athletics in the next snow day. Try it out. Again, $5. It's not going to break the bank, and you're going to have a lot of fun that day. So check out our friends over at Athletics. And if the on-air light is on, please don't walk into the studio.
Just don't tap on the glass. That scares the broadcasters. Don't do that.
Like fish. We're like fish. Don't tap on the glass. No, but we love being there. It's fun, and certainly a safe environment, which I think is, as a parent, the most important thing to remember. Mine, Anthony, again, another shout out to the people who were, brilliant in helping me recover and get back to seeing very well. We're on the road to recovery here. It takes a little bit longer than the 24 hours. 24 hours that it's been. I want to send a shout out to Dan Yeagley, who, we've talked about at length, but a guy who picks me up and takes me to my appointment and then waits there and then brings me back twice now. I can't say thank you enough for a guy who he might text me very upset that I'm even pointing him out for the greatness that he is, and for always supporting me in endeavors, starting at YSN, and certainly making sure that I get to and from where I need to go when I can't do it myself. I want to send a shout out as well to the great announcers that we have that continue to pick up games. Chris Sigler's doing a phenomenal job of scheduling. Sarah Yoakley is doing an unbelievable job, like literally up there with her hands on her face, just trying to figure out if games are tonight or not. Don't forget, folks, you can communicate with us. If you know that your game is not happening or you've been told, we would rather be overeducated than undereducated. Right. So send us a message if your game gets canceled or moved or whatever. You can help us out just incredibly through our social messaging and social media. So anything that happens at game time gets changed or whatever, canceled, please let us know. We would much rather know and be able to pass that along to the announcers than not show up or at the wrong time or whatever, because that's a tough situation for everybody. What do we got here? Potential they could host an all-star broadcasters basketball. All right, Ant. Help me out.
Game. He wants a YSN broadcasters basketball game. A pickup game with the YSN broadcasters.
Like Jock Jams? Like the Jock Rock or whatever that was on MTV all those years ago?
Right. So like get the voices of YSN together, put them on the court, and see what they can do.
That sounds like an insurance hazard. That's what that sounds like to me. I mean, you and Scotty go one-on-one. I think that's the matchup, right? That's the matchup. I mean, I guess Sam Torres 1v1 versus yours truly, because that's the height matchup. Everybody, I mean, Ty versus
who do you want? Who do you want a piece of?
Yeah, Sean. Like,
button up.
Come on. Who do you want a piece of? Who do you want to drip a 3-ball on their nugget? If we're gonna do that, we might as well do a slam dunk contest on like one of those Fisher
Price hoops, and see how athletic our announcers are.
We would have to pay. We'd have to have people pay to get in because someone's gonna break something. Happen. That's gonna do it for our show today. Thanks huge to Logan Sarnes for popping on and talking about Mooney versus Ursuline. I'm being dead serious when I say that young man is a star, and we cannot wait to utilize him more as I mean, he's fighting through school. I mean, he's a freshman, I think, right, in college. So, but to have him on more, guys like him, Michael McKenzie, we're going to start showcasing a lot more of our talent this year in 2026 because we got a lot of it to go around. So we're excited. Thank you to Owen Hill, the all-time leading scorer at Beaver Local, for stopping by today and giving us some time and some great information and sound bites. You can find those interviews on our website, ysnlive.com, later today. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And certainly, is bookmark still a term? Bookmark YSN Live?
Yeah, you can still
tag it. I don't know.
To your bookmarks, add it to your favorites.
Check us out on social. I mean, that's the best way. I mean, that's really, if we're being honest, Dan, that's the fastest way to know about what's going on is our social media channel. So make it your home away from home, ysnlive.com. And that's going to do it, man. Any final thoughts?
I mean, there are some games that we're learning that have been postponed tonight, and we'll keep an update on those schedules as well. Check out our live games page a little bit later for an updated look on what we're going to have on the network tonight.
Wrestling Wednesday tomorrow. Big Dogs will launch tomorrow for week 3 of basketball, week 2 of wrestling. Hey, I apologize. I was a little late to the party getting that out last week.
You had some things going on. It's okay.
Couple things.
Trevor McElhaney will be our special guest tomorrow from Crestview. So we're going to have a great special guest on Wrestling Wednesday tomorrow. Can't wait for that.
The Wrestling Rebels of Crestview. Love it. Gary Altizer will be with us, and I will not. I'll just be a viewer, which is sometimes just as fun. Because Lord knows I need to shut up sometimes. That's going to do it for our show on this Tuesday. We hope you have the best Tuesday that you've ever had. And if not, just like us, you'll be better tomorrow. And may sports be with you, pal.
And you, my friend.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.